Good morning. It's that time of the day again. Or good afternoon. Yes, I just woke up not that long ago. So good morning, good morning, good morning, or good evening, good evening, good evening. I am bright-tailed and bushy-eyed. So, but I did get my coffee. And I have been sitting here just shuffling. I did my little reversals on the card, flipped them around, listening to them like they're the sound of the ocean. And this is my oldest deck. So they really are just kind of like really soft and buttery. I've had them since like, I don't even know when I first got them, to tell you the truth. Early 90s, late 80s, something like that. But I've never quite been able to remember when I got this deck. So, what do we have today? What does the universe have for us today? What tips or tricks as we look at our daily inventory? Good Wednesday morning. Oh, what kind of coffee do I drink? Well, okay, so the first cup of coffee in the morning, and mind you, this is the most important part of the day anyway, is getting that first cup of coffee. I have an espresso machine in our bedroom. No, I don't grind. I used to go through all that, but I have an espresso machine in my bedroom. And so me and Mina will sit there and we'll both pretend we're still asleep, hoping the other person is going to make that first cup of coffee for us. The espresso machines make that little cup of coffee. So we have a couple of those, and then when I get up to make breakfast, I make myself, right now we're doing Pete's coffee. It's already pre-ground because I went through that whole gourmet coffee phase years ago, and I did do all that. Had my special grinder, knew the temperature to put the water in, blah, 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 all that stuff. Now I'm lazy, pretty much. And I just use a vanilla creamer just to get that flavor in there, because it's all about the caffeine now. I don't drink, I don't smoke. So caffeine is my one bad habit. So what do we have for today? What does the universe have to show us? I'm sitting here talking about coffee, I get all excited. Let's go ahead and take that breath again. Relax our shoulders. Let's take a look at our daily inventory here. See what the universe has for us. And yes, the cards are like the ocean. So one more time. Okay. Got me all excited talking about coffee. So, what do we have today? Hello, Maureen, and good morning. Hope Carla's okay. I always think about Carla. I don't know if she's on or not. So, here's my stack. We have 3 threads going out to the universe. Oh, that's awesome. For people on Twitch, Astrology Tarot, that's Eleanor. She went to a wine bar last night and had a nice meal and a red glass of wine. So, here we have our 3 threads. Each one of these a different conversation. Whichever one I pull will be the conversation we carry with us through the day. Again, this is one of those intuitive things where are we at today? And so today is Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. So why don't we see what's right here in the middle of everything? Let's pull that string. I'm going to do my 3 and 1. this up a little bit. There we go. Do you know why I keep coming back to this deck? Because it's one of the few decks. I got a lot of Rider-Waite. There's a few like this. But you can't tell reversals on this. You can spin this deck around any way you want, and whatever the reversal is going to be, you have no clue until you actually flip the card over. So, wow. We had the Devil card this week. We have the Tower card to start out with. We just had the Tower card also. We had that Light of Truth. That's right. It's that awareness. It's that shock. It's, you know, I mean, if we're doing fortune telling, it's your house collapsing. It's something physical. But this is more like gaining that understanding, that thing that just knocks us right off our feet. Hello, Drell. Over there on Twitch. Good morning. Is that Drell or Dry? My eyes are so bad. But hello. And so, yeah, we're starting right off with the Tower. So I'm just going to jump to the next card to see what's going on here. With the Tower, like I always say, and I'll throw this out again just because I think it's always one of those things where I think it really puts a point across, but I like to say that the one thing that hurts worse than a lie, the one thing that can cause more pain and more destruction than the lie, can be the truth. So, but sometimes the truth is what we need. We may not like it, and it may feel like a tower, like a lightning struck tower, like we're getting hit with lightning. But it also means that we finally stop and we're forced to have that revelation. We're forced to accept something. We're forced to realize that maybe we need to make a sacrifice, that yes, we may lose something, but it's important that we recognize it for what it is. We stop, we reflect. And the Hangman is about sacrifice and acceptance based on a situation. It can be, a lot of people like to say that it's a different perspective to things. Taking a look at it as a different perspective. But I'm just going to say the fact that we have two majors in a row like this is something that we really want to pay attention to. So before, when we had the Tower, we had, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, it was the Tower and it was the Ace of Swords. That revelation, that seeing things starting over. I'm not remembering if that's what, but that's what this is. This is saying that no matter how bad, whatever this might be, which the Tower is saying, you know, we have to acknowledge our emotional pains. We have to acknowledge the things that we go through. That if we take this for what it is, as a major growing experience, the bigger the experience, the bigger the growing experience. If we can step through the emotions of that and use the power of the Ace of Swords, whatever our belief system was, whatever it is that was so crushed. I mean, here in the United States, we're having an election. And let's face it, 50% of the people in this country are going to feel like it's the Tower. This is saying that instead of just reacting and jumping from the towers, because it's like, oh my gosh, you know, we have somebody who's blue, we have somebody who's red, and both of them in this country right now, based on which state they live, they're going to feel this. And they're going to feel like jumping from the tower. This is saying, grow up. This is saying, and when I say that, I mean in the way of evolving. Because the hanged man is not going to react. The hanged man is going to have acceptance of their situation. And notice they're wearing red and blue. How about that? Acceptance of the situation. And they're going to learn how to look at things logically, starting from scratch, throwing away our old ideas. So the advice card is the Knight of Swords. So, what are knights? Knights are fire and energy. Knights are that exuberance of youth. And what are swords if they're not thought? You know, they are thought, their ideas and things like that. So I'm going to use the political spectrum here, and I'm going to say that when a knight is right and they have an idea in their hand, they are going to charge through all the lines. Their idea is better than anybody else's. I mean, when we are young and we just want to rampage through because we know just how right we are, this is saying now is not the time to rampage. Now is the time to stop, organize, think it through, and find new ideas, a new way of going forward. So this could be an emotional revelation. This could be something that we're struggling with in our day-to-day. This is the breath we need to take. And this is that logical thing that says, you know, I need to actually not emotional my way through this, but intellectualize my way through this. This guy will emotion, you know, he is fire and energy. That is emotional the rampage right there if he gets an idea. You know? So today, let's just take that breath. And keep in mind, whenever I see the tower, I ask that we look around and see if there's somebody else in our lives that we may not even be noticing, especially since we pulled this from the center. Somebody could be going through this. And we may be that safety net or that person that needs to talk to them about this. And maybe help them to see clearly. So that they're not just doing the insanity of the same thing over and over. Run, 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 run. The insanity of doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So whether this is emotional or the fact that it's our political state today in the United States, it happened. All we can do is accept that it happened. And we need to be rational. Maybe come up with a new way of thinking and understanding. Having a new way to look at things. So, with that, I hope you have an amazing day, everybody. Let's reflect on this tower card, and if it's not us, maybe we can reach outside of ourselves. So, and with that, I hope, of course, everybody has an amazing day. And Drell, how to join, you have joined. So actually we're over on Facebook, MyTarot.org. If you type in MyTarot.org over on Facebook, you will see us there. And that's kind of where, you know, I post all my videos, over 300 videos over there. And also on Facebook, the MyTarot group. So if you go to MyTarot.org, you'll see the links there. And you're very welcome, Maureen. And everybody else, thank you so much again. And please have an amazing day, and let's try and turn it into an amazing day. And if not for ourselves, maybe for that person. Thanks a lot.